Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Praveen Kumar Sriram. I'm a Microsoft Certified Trainer, author, currently working as a Solutions Architect in Azure. As I said earlier, this is a kind of a series wherein we'll learn about private endpoints in multiple videos. Let me show the list of all such videos. Yeah, here is the list. So far, we have completed the first two videos. The first one is overview. The second one is creating private endpoints for SQL database from the portal. In this video, we are going to learn how to create private endpoints for an app service web app. Let's get started. So far, these are the Azure resources that we have created. Now, we are going to do the same thing for a web application. Let me head over to web applications or app services. These are the ones that I already have. I'm going to create a new one. Choose our resource group. Provide a meaningful name. We don't need this for now. I will pick .NET 9 or 8, anything. Mostly LTS should be preferable. For now I'll pick Windows. Feel free to pick Linux as well. And because all our resources are in Central US, I will choose Central US. And feel free to create either a new one or leave this to the default one. And you have to choose minimum basic. You cannot choose free because private endpoints are not supported in free. So I'll go with basic to save some cost and click next. Don't do anything for database because we already have a database, and we'll also skip this deployment section. And network access, currently public access is turned on, which is good. Later we will move this web app into kind of networking later. For now, enable monitor as well. That means it will also create an application insights. Or maybe we'll disable it. We can come back and create application insights explicitly. So that's it. Click on review plus create. It is going to create. Okay, it has selected Linux for some reason, so I'll go back to basic. Okay, Windows. Looks like there is a kind of bug. Okay, Windows, Central US, a new app service plan, and then I'll go to monitor here because we don't want that for now. Yeah, ensure that it is standard. You can choose basic also, it's up to us. I'm good with standard too. Windows and standard. That's it. So it will take a minute or two. I'll come back once the creation is successful. Alright, the deployment is successful. Now let's go to the resource group. And you can see an app service and app service plan that got created. So let's head over to app service plan and let's try to create a private endpoint even for this web app. Let me copy the name of the web app. Go to networking, and here we need to check for private endpoints. Currently there are 0 private endpoints. Now let me click on this. Click on add. I'll choose advanced. Here ensure that you are choosing the appropriate resource group. Yeah, this is our resource group in which we want our private endpoint to be created. I've pasted the web application name. I will say PEP. It stands for private endpoint in Central US. Now sometimes this drop down would be empty. Okay, in that case just refresh the page and it should be fine. Okay, and click on next, where it will ask us to choose the virtual network and subnet. So this is the virtual network that we wanted. In my case I have only one virtual network in central US. In your case, if you see multiple, you have to choose the appropriate one. That is very important. And I don't want VM subnet, I want this one. Earlier for SQL we have selected this, and now I'll choose this and then click next. In the DNS section it will ask us if you want to create a new private DNS zone or choose the existing one. As you can see here, private link.azurewebsites.net. I don't have any such DNS zone yet, so obviously it will ask us to create a new one in a specified resource group. Again, this is important. Pick the one in which you want to create that private DNS zone. So I'm good with this. Click next. Feel free to add tags. Then review plus create. Once it performs all the validation of the inputs, we can go ahead and click on create. So it is going to create the same set of additional resources that we have seen for SQL. It creates a private DNS zone, it creates a private endpoint, it creates a NIC card and some configuration in multiple services. We'll learn about all those in a separate video. For now, we're done with creation of private endpoints and linking that with our web application. So currently the process is in progress. Let me pause the video and I will come back once everything is ready. Alright, the deployment is successful. Let's navigate to the resource group. And now you can see the same set of resources that got created. Let's sort by type. You would see one additional network interface. This is for web app. Then a private DNS zone for azurewebsites.net, because this is the domain that gets created for app service, and of course private endpoint that got created. Okay, these are the resources or main resources that got created in our resource group. Definitely there are some features within each of those newly created resources out there. Those are the links between all these different resources. Okay, now let's navigate to our app service and networking. We should see our new private endpoint. Earlier it was 0, now it should turn into 1. Yeah, I had to refresh it, so it is now having one private endpoint. Now public access is enabled. Okay, so because it is enabled, I will be able to access this web app over internet. So let me show that. azurewebsites.net. Yeah, now I am able to browse this from my machine, which is not inside Azure. Okay, because public access is enabled without any access restrictions. Now because we have private endpoints, and for some reason if you want your web application to be accessible only from within VNet, then what you can do is you can disable this. Currently it says it is not allowing me to, yeah, now it is allowing me to save the changes. Public access will be denied, that is fine. So now the change is saved. If I go back here and refresh the page, I should see an error. Okay, so now if I go to a virtual machine which is in the same VNet, let me copy the URL. Let's now go to the virtual machine that we already have. This is the same VM wherein we connected to SQL Server in our previous video. Now let me try access the website. Yeah. Now you see, I am able to connect the same URL from our internet, but that's allowed only from within the network. Okay, so that's it for this video. We have learned how to create a private endpoint for a web application from the portal. In our upcoming video, we will learn how all these various resources that got created are linked up and how this private endpoint over private network is working. Thanks for watching. If you have any feedback, please share your feedback in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.